Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our local financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
With threats to our nation waiting around every corner, adaptability is more important than ever. When conditions change without notice, quick strategic thinking is crucial. And with obstacles consistently impending, determination is essential in overcoming them. It's this willingness, decisiveness, and resilience that sets Marines apart. With our fighting spirit, we don't just fight battles, we win them. Marines are the constant our nation counts on to fight the unknown. And through adaptable problem solving, we do just that. Learn more at marines.com.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our Quick Publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Well, it's Sunday the 23rd of June, and it's the Daily Red, ladies and gents. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're up to. The weather's nice here, so I'll be having a barbecue shortly, in between snorting lines of clarity, because if, like me, you're a bit of a hay fever sufferer, hopefully it's not too bad where you are right now. But let's talk all things Liverpool, ladies and gents. A lot of things not happening, a lot of players not playing, a lot of players will be playing, maybe playing. A lot of transfer talk, a lot of ticket information. So let's go from the top, ladies and gents. And we'll start at the Euros. A pretty non-existent day for Liverpool players yesterday. Jaros did not play for the Czech Republic. He's clearly their backup goalkeeper. Diogo Jota as well. Despite Portugal giving a hammer into Turkey, in all honesty, not a single minute did he play. Maybe we don't see it as a bad thing, I don't know, but not a single minute did the Liverpool player play in the Euros yesterday. This is going to be the complete contrast tonight, because we're into it's annoyingly, the 2s, the 5s and the 8s have gone. The PM's kickoff, which is annoying. We're just down to 8s now. We will get to see Szoboszlai and Robbo tonight, though, won't we? Hungary versus Scotland, the 8 p.m. kickoff. Both probably need a win to go through. I don't mind saying this at all. A draw and both going out. I take that all day long. Both need the rest over this summer. We know the injuries that Szoboszlai had. We know almost the injuries he's had coming into this Hungary camp. It's been a bad second half of the season for Szoboszlai and a really terrible ending. You can't dispute that at all. And there's various reasons people will say he's overworked. I understand all that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But it was a terrible ending to the season. He needs rest. He needs some time to heal up, ready to go for pre-season under Arne Slot. Simple as that. Robbo, a real mixed season as well. Periods of injury, wasn't he? The shoulder. We also, it might sound harsh, but you feel like he's just on the downward trend of that curve, isn't he? That's why a lot of us would like a left-back, a centre-back, that hybrid almost to come in, Gvardiol type, and there's many names for that at the same time. So let's hope neither lose, but neither go through. That's the perfect start. I know that's going to alienate Hungarian and Scottish Reds, but that is what it is. It's about Liverpool, first of all. What it will go in the early hours of tomorrow is Darwin. He's got the braids, hasn't he? He's got his new haircut, rocking that. Will the Uruguayan be chanting, "Nudas, Nudas"? Got a hat-trick in his last friendly game, didn't he? Will he notch for them as they open their Copa America in the early hours? It will be very, very interesting to see what happens with Darwin. Yeah, that's your international Reds. We'll see what today and the early hours brings. Transfer talk, ladies and gents. It is ramping up, so to speak. I mean, the big thing, the speculations there, don't get me wrong, but some stories that are not us, but are us at the same time. According to Mario Cortana, and I probably pronounced that wrong, but the Spanish correspondent for The Athletic, Lenny Yoro has informed them yesterday that he wants to join the club. Lille are now holding out for 60 million euros, while they're willing to pay between 30 to 40. It's classic Real, this, isn't it? Low balling. To be honest, Nacho, this is an indirect link, but Nacho's having his medical, isn't he, with the Saudi club he's moving to. So Yoro's going to go in and take that spot. We all just want this done, ladies and gents. I don't think any of us, there's hope, and I get that, and people, it's not trying to bash that down in any way, but it's clear the player wants Real Madrid. It's clear Real are getting set to lowball Lille, knowing the situation. It's clear we're waiting just in case this whole thing breaks down. But to me, I'm thinking, let's just move with our other business. I don't understand if we're still talking about this in a week or 2 weeks, if nothing else is happening, that's the caveat, then you're a little bit like, just move past it. I'm kind of now just past it. I'd just like to start seeing business. Yes, there's plenty of time left in the window. We're not even in July yet. Yes, some idiots will now start saying things like, oh, panicking bedwear and all that crap. But I don't think Euro's going to happen. So let's just move on, realistically, for me. Could be wrong, could get a pleasant surprise. We'll happily eat humble pie, but just don't see it at all. Wingers that are linked. We said on the transfer show a couple of weeks back that we spoke to a Barca journalist who said that they had their normal AGM with Laporta, who was publicly decried, we want a winger and we want a midfielder. He was public with that one, Laporta. No doubts about it at all. And that journal told us all the stuff at that AGM, whatever it's called, was DIAZ and Nico Williams. Those were the two names it was between. It was clear there was no one else. That's who Deco and Laporta were looking at. And all the stuff, we said this weeks and weeks ago when it was going, you're jumping on ITK. No, it's not that bollocks. It's just what we were told. And now look at the stories that are coming out. That stories from FF Pola, if anyone follows him on Twitter, that Luis Diaz is waiting for Barcelona. You've got Romano also saying that Arsenal and Liverpool have held talks with people close to Nico Williams. Liverpool, one of the main clubs pushing for Nico Williams, according to a lot of reports like AS in Spain. It feels like these two are just going to be intrinsically linked all summer. There's the danger of Nico Williams is on a huge wage, isn't he? And I understand the argument that he signed that huge wage as like a loyalty to Bilbao on the basis that, there's a release clause in there around 43 million quid. That was, a recognition he could go for that. However, there is also talk that Nico Williams wants to stay in Spain, at which point it feels like Bilbao or Barca, doesn't it? But the wages are probably going to play a point. You'll have to take a wage cut, but Barca has to get people to do some mental things on wages anyway. We know that.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Everyone loves spring, But constantly shifting temperatures can make it hard to keep your home comfortable. An all-electric heat pump from Mitsubishi Electric is the perfect solution. A specially trained Patriot Air contractor can help you design the ultimate home comfort system, and you'll be helping reduce carbon emissions by ditching fossil fuels for heating when temperatures start to drop again. Duct or ductless, large or small homes, even in extreme climates, heat pumps can help you shift seasons comfortably. Learn more about Mitsubishi Electric products at patriotair.com.
Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz on a lot less at Liverpool. Never had an upgrade, never a contract renewal like a Jota, Salah, however far back you want to go, which usually forwards have, by the way, after year 3. That usually comes in. That's a history of people that are first-team regulars, but not Luis Diaz. And we've thought before, it's clear he wants to leave. He made a play to leave last summer. We couldn't get the money, couldn't get the interest. He wants to leave this summer. We know about the culture, the weather, all those types of things. It's crystal clear Luis Diaz wants to go to Barcelona. It's can Barcelona raise those finances, be it for him, Nico Williams. Now, as a bit of a side note, and I know it's Barca talk, they're having problems with Nike. There was a whole, if everyone's ready, there's a great piece in The Athletic. Their kit deal with Nike is major issues for them. They've even talked about taking them to court, all sorts of things, but Barca do not have the money they expected to. In fact, they've not even properly launched this season's kit when that money should come tumbling in, etc. So there's a lot of issues there with Barcelona's levers and finances and not even being able to register new contracts and things like that. So it's not screaming that Luis Diaz is going to be on their docket right this second. Yes, he might be a one, but they've got bigger needs. So this one I just don't like that it's going to rumble on. Nico Williams as well. It feels like Diaz will have to go if it is him, but I don't know at the same time. My gut is telling me that these stories are a lot to smoke out Barca, almost to force it a little bit. If you ask me honestly, prove it. You can agree with this, disagree, don't really care. But my gut is telling me that from what you're reading, from what I'm hearing, that both players ideally want Barcelona. Barcelona have issues, and Liverpool are just linked to both these players by nature of one being ours and one being someone we would like, but probably knowing it's not going to be the case. I just have this fear that this Yoro, Diaz, Williams, two scenarios are going to rumble on. We're going to be, if we're talking about these still in a couple of weeks, you're thinking, okay, if we've done all the business, it's just the sideshow, but you don't want it to be the main show in a couple of weeks. That is the big worry. Yeah, and that's where we are with transfers. There was the Calafiore, wasn't there? And I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Corriere Bologna came out with an article yesterday behind a paywall, but said that Liverpool are looking to accelerate talks, that the initial fee for Calafiore will be about 21.3 million translated. I don't know how well you get euros at Tesco. However, we know James Horcastle's mentioned it, the player Liverpool like, and Sam Maguire did a good piece on him. There's nothing concrete yet for me. We like this player. There's a lot to like about the player. We're impressed by his initial Euro showings. I know a lot of the AI boys like this player. I fully understand why. This isn't trying to poo-poo, rubbish anything. In my opinion, just what it is. I want to see something concrete. Probably people want to say, or are saying, I want to see something concrete around a lot of players. There's only really Euro where you've had like an on-steam bomb or something hard. We know Arne said that he's spoken to Richard Hughes there, and the plans are underway, things are in play. So let's just hope something comes to fruition quite soon. That is all we can say. Plenty of time left in the window. No panicking. The window hasn't really ramped up or started, but there we go. We'll talk keepers now. The Mirror had that Liverpool are looking for around or up to 40 million for Guiwan Kelleher. I'm not being funny. If Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes can get near 40 million, build them a statue. Yeah, the pre-original barometer was sort of 20 was mentioned, that it was north of 20. That was clarified by David Lynch. I mean, north of 20, probably talking 25, as we said on the show, to 40 is a massive jump. You can get 30. Yeah, name a stand after him, or a suite, probably. 40 gets you the statue, Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. That's straightforward. Former Liverpool keeper, Loris Karius, got married yesterday. Probably not surprised to a model and DAZN presenter. A former supermodel, probably no surprise with Karius and his flowing locks at all. There we go. And I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but Fabian Morzek our youth keeper, we turned down a loan offer from Vitória, the Portuguese club, as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Jaros, as we mentioned before, coming back. Number 2, Kelleher's situation. Everything in there will be interesting to see, the whole keeper setup. There was a great photo as well, wasn't there? Talking of good photos, we had Darwin to haircut. Kloppo at the Euros. Have you seen him? The big, sexy bastard with his fresh face, even the beard, looking young, didn't he, in his Germany retro kit. He just looked happy. He looked relaxed. He did look, and maybe he's heading to, I don't know, all this type of stuff, but he looked 10 years younger from what he was at the end with us. He just looked fresh, would be the word I would use. Transfer links again, I can nip back to it, but Ecuador lost their Copa America opener. Pacho and Incape both played quite well, I thought, actually. To be fair, and that's the highlights. I would tend to stay up to watch it, but from the highlights, look, I go to watch the extended ones there. We'll see if anything comes of those two. And we mentioned them in the transfer market metrics. That was released late yesterday. So that's one to listen to. Me and Bart's talking through. Incape, Pacho, Colwell as well. He's mentioned Brian Mbuemo in episode 4. And also the 2-footed season review of Liverpool was mentioned yesterday as well. So that was released through the EPL, but it is available on the AI side. So one to check out there. And there's normal articles coming throughout the day, ladies and gents. So definitely worth a read. Other call-outs at the same time. I probably mentioned there's a good article on This is Anfield, which talks about transfer plans for the season. So it talks about Tsimikas, it talks about keeper situation, and many, many other things. So I think that is well worth a read. And things that do link to us, but not directly. In the last hour or so, the Football League's hacker Rui Pinto threatening Daily Mail had the exclusive on this. He's threatened to release Manchester City emails and documents he claims will prove they breached those FFP rules. Wow. Get your popcorn ready, eh? We'd love to see these. We'd love to see what happens with this as well. This is going to rumble on about 115ers for some time. Yeah, well worth a read of that article in the Mail, because it naturally has a knock-on effect to us. One thing that's not worth a read is Martin Samuel and his Times article. You can probably guess where he's going with this, talking about FFP, PSR, and the fact that Manchester United don't like it, City don't like it, we should scrap it. Shock. Martin Samuel writes something that would help Manchester City. Shock. So there you go. That's a bit wider football. And I know there's wider football things. Everyone's looking at the PSR clubs, trading between them. Everyone's wondering when Liverpool are going to get involved. The short answer is, no one really knows. It'll happen when it happens. You will know if you like this. Sometimes people like rumours coming out. Sometimes people like the idea of, it's on lockdown, isn't it? We're not getting much back as it should be for Liverpool with Hughes and Edwards in charge. It depends what you like or don't, as it were. But ladies and gents, the sun is shining where I am. Hopefully it's the same for you. Hopefully everyone's healthy, happy. Enjoy your weekends. And for the final time, that was your Daily Red at the weekend.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.